Night takes us to the city of Flint. From collections of paintings to sculpture to tribal art, the Flint Institute of Arts offers many exhibits for visitors to enjoy. But Sarah Adams takes us behind the scenes to learn about one family whose dedication to the FIA is felt everywhere and continues today.
The Flint Institute of Arts, or the FIA, has been here in Flint since 1928.
It does bring a different view of art to the average person. A lot of people think that it's just paintings, and there's a lot more to a museum than paintings. And I feel they need that introduction.
Art and Bess Hurand have been longtime patrons of the FIA, along with many other organizations over the years.
They're regarded one of the great leaders of this city. And I say they because the whole family is like this. They have a very deep sense of community. They have a very deep sense of obligation to the community and to philanthropy and to volunteering their time. They have been and continue to be generous in many, many ways. And it's influenced this community quite a bit.
Art Hurand grew up in Flint.
He was from a family of immigrants, and they found prosperity here in Flint and raised their children in the community, and GM was thriving, and a lot of families found prosperity here and settled in and raised families. So I imagine it was really a great community for them.
Art married a local girl named Bess, and after witnessing firsthand the horrors of World War II, he returned home to Flint. Art was an entrepreneur, and soon businesses were springing up all over the community.
He decided that to go into his father's business, which was a bakery business, and real estate, and he became very involved in property management, and at the same time very involved in community.
So I think he was sort of a visionary, and he thought, saw these different communities within the greater Flint community growing up and needing services like laundromats and dry cleaners and donut shops right within the area. So I think he got in right at the right time, developing that.
One of these ventures became a longtime favorite of many in the area.
And think of how many people would have worked at Dawn Donuts, sort of an entry-level job, running around the clock 24/7. From what I understand, he had a really great relationship with his workers, and many people in the Flint community worked for Art Hurand, making donuts.
Meanwhile, Bess was raising their 6 children and devoted her time to developing community programs.
Bess Hurand is a person that you only hear nice things about. She's one of those people that is quietly behind a lot of social causes.
Well, my mother was very busy raising children, but when the youngest was old enough, she became very involved at the Flint Institute of Arts.
She felt that everyone needed to somehow be affiliated with the FIA, whether they liked art or not. They could find it as a social place, as a learning institution, as a place to meet other people, as a place to work, volunteer, help.
The Hurands were committed to giving back to their community, all the while teaching their children the importance of doing the same.
My dad over and over again talked about being enthusiastic, that was a key term, but that we are a part of a family, we're part of our community, we're part of our city, we're part of the world, and that we're here for a purpose, and that's to leave the world a better place than where we came. Families take care of communities, families make communities.
As the years passed, the Hurands' dedication to the FIA grew, and soon several pieces became a part of the collection in the family's honor, including this piece of contemporary ceramic art, this painting of Cleopatra, and this figure from China's Han Dynasty.
My dad really likes sculpture, and he told me it's because he feels it's more human. And sculpture is imposing. It's not flat like a painting or two-dimensional painting on a wall. It's three-dimensional, and you can't really ignore it. And he feels it's very much reminds us of who we are, and the other thing that's important to both of them, that sculpture is the kind of art, at least the Butterfield horse, is meant to be touched, that people, it's okay to touch sculpture, and that's very important.
This horse is a special sculpture that was designed to commemorate the Hurand's years of dedication to the community and to the FIA.
Well, Deborah Butterfield is an artist who has worked within a theme or a subject matter for many, many years. She was using some found objects, so they would be man-made materials, boards. Actually, in the interior core of the horse, when you look at a certain angle, you can see almost like a ladder in there, and so there are some planks. And then she just uses branches, old weathered pieces of wood that she assembled into this wonderful horse tarkio. They encase the wood in a material to make a mold, and then they burn that out. And what they have is a hollow core of the exact grain and posture of the piece of wood. And then they pour molten bronze into that cavity, and then they take the mold apart and they have the piece of wood made out of bronze. Then it's welded together into the exact horse that she fabricated months earlier out of these pieces of wood.
The sculpture was unveiled at an event in 2011, and the Hurands were there for the big moment.
And I think seeing them share art for their whole journey through life together is glorious. And when they held hands and saw that Butterfield unveiled and then saw everyone moving toward it, and the joy of the artist, certainly the joy of the institution because of receiving their benevolence in such a beautiful way, it was magical. And I'm just so grateful that everyone was here to see it. So many of their family were able to see it. It was really extraordinary.
It reminded us that we want the Art Institute to be here for a long time, and the sculptures hopefully will be here for a long time also. It brings pleasure and more information to the average person, and I think that it's a good thing to have. Flint has been good to us, and we've had a very good life in the Flint community, and I want Flint to be here for many, many, many years and give other people the same type of experience that we've had living in Flint. I think that the Flint Institute of Arts reminds people that there's more to life than just movies. The paintings and the library, it tells people there's a lot of things that makes life better for them if they partake in it.